How's it going, Jubitarians? This is Bradley Juby, and this is Top 10 Thursday, number 58, the Top 10 Oklahoma Sooner wins of the 2000s. We'll go ahead and start at number 10 with OU 27, OSU nothing in 2009. This was the last OU home game of the 2000s, and it did not disappoint. DeMarco Murray had 2 touchdowns, and Ryan Broyles had a punt return for a touchdown in this one. And it was the number 12 Oklahoma State team that got shut out by an unranked OU team. It saved the season. And we ended up going to a bowl game after that. But I'm not going to mention it because it was somewhere down the list. And number 9 was the 2000 K-State game. OU 41, Kansas State 31. This was one of the Red October games in October of 2000. We'll get to the other 2 later, but this one was quite a game. OU would outscore K-State 41-31, and at number 2 K-State, by the way, and this is what helped OU get to the number 2 ranking in the BCS and number 3 in the AP going into the Nebraska game, which I will discuss later. And number 8 is the 2000 Big 12 Championship game, in which OU defeated K-State 27-24. It was kind of a back and forth affair, but OU eventually won that, and that sealed a Big 12 Championship, their first conference title since 1987. So that was quite a feat back then, because they were not so good in the 1990s. I'll tell you that right now. At number 7 is the 2003 Rose Bowl, in which OU defeated Washington State 34-14. I forgot how many touchdowns Quentin Griffin had in this game, but he had quite a bit. And Nate Hibble, for all of his struggles as OU quarterback, he went out on top, and he won the Rose Bowl MVP award for that game. So that was quite a accomplishment. And that was the first time OU had ever been to the Rose Bowl, to the granddaddy of them all. So for them to perform like that in that game was very historic. So, all right, and number 6 is the 2008 Texas Tech game. OU 63, Texas Tech 21. We also know this as the jump around game, because when OU was up 42-7, with it almost being halftime, the stadium decided to play jump around. I came to get down, I came to get down, so get out your seat and jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around, jump up and get down, jump, 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 jump. We were jumping around in that game. In fact, my brother was there. But anyway, number 5 is the 2003 Bedlam, OU 52, OSU 9. That was the year that OU just blew out Oklahoma State, who was number 14 ranked going into that game. OU was number 1. And this was in response to 2 straight upsets by the Cowboys against the Sooners, but a dominating performance on both sides of the ball. Oklahoma State didn't even score on offense that game. They only got a pick 6 and a field goal, and the extra point off that pick 6 was no good. But it was just turnovers, and that crowd was also on fire that night. Sure, there wasn't the jump around thing, but that didn't come till 5 years later, but that crowd was on fire, especially on that goal line stand. The whole stadium just went crazy. All right, and number 4 is the 2001 Red River Shootout. It was OU 14, Texas 3. I still remember that game because Jason White came in for an injured Nate Hibble. OU shut down the old enemy. And Roy Williams, he flew that day. He flew like Superman. To get a hit on Sims, the ball came out. Lehman got it, Teddy Lehman, and he scored off that play. And that has been immortalized in Sooner lore, and it still is one of my favorite moments ever. So, of course, at number 3, we have OU 63, Texas 14, the 2000 Red River Shootout. After so many frustrating years against Texas and Switzer left until Bob Stoops arrived, it was so good to see OU just brutalize the Shorthorns. It was just, there ought to be a law. You can't beat the Longhorns that bad. No, I'm kidding. Oh, but I loved every minute of that. I still watch that game sometimes, and I'm like, I'll be telling my no, I'm not going to have grandchildren. But if I did have grandchildren, I'd tell them about it. I'd tell them, when I was 13 years old, the Oklahoma Sooners destroyed the Texas Longhorns 63-14 on their way to a national championship, their 7th. Oh man, that was still something. That was still something special. Number 2 was the last of the Red October games, and that was OU 31, Nebraska 14. It started off with Nebraska scoring on their first 2 drives, but for the next 3 quarters, OU just totally shut them down and scored 31 unanswered points to tear down the goalposts that day. They haven't done so since, and they don't need to. It was their first win over Nebraska in 10 years, and a lot of other stuff. But those oranges were flying on the field. The goalpost came down. Man, that was something special. But you know what was also special? Our number 1 Oklahoma Sooner win of the 2000s. The 2001 Orange Bowl, where it all culminated. Where a dream season was cemented in Miami. OU defeated the Florida State Seminoles 13-2. The Seminoles could not score on offense that night. They were only held with safety. And had that punt not sailed over Jeff Ferguson's head, I'm telling you, that would have been a shutout. Because the Seminoles had quite an offense going into that game, so. But OU shut them down. They had one of the best defenses ever. And that was quite a game, so. And Quentin Griffin scored the only touchdown, and man, that's how we won number 7. Alright, well that's Top 10 Thursday for this week. Don't forget, Free Format Friday. Get your questions in by tomorrow morning. And don't forget, No Suggestion Saturday. And this Saturday, I will be going to the OU Baylor game. So, anyway, this is Bradley Juby saying peace out and Boomer Sooner.